Welcome to our podcast, Learn Biblical Greek, brought to you by Dr. William Stewart, the co-founder of Teleios. This captivating podcast teaches you biblical Greek through a verse-by-verse study of the book of Ephesians, interjecting Greek grammar, Greek word meanings, and vital theology concepts. Thanks for joining us on this exciting biblical journey. Your study will be more effective if you use the Greek text with the Bible word codes, either on the eSword download or Bible Hub website. These links are on our podcast website at www.teleiosresearch.com.
Hi, I'm William Stewart. Welcome back to our podcast on learning biblical Greek. We're having fun learning Greek, being persistent, and gaining that fruit over a long period of time. We're going right through Scripture, and the important lessons, we're repeating them over and over again so you can learn them as we proceed through this great book of Ephesians. As a reminder, go to our website, read my disclaimer, biography, and other resources we have on the website. And I'm grateful that you are here. Let's go to the text. We're in chapter 5. Paul has just finished telling the Ephesians not to be like they were before they believed by faith alone in the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. And so now he tries to push them on again with some positive commands. Let's go to verse 7. Me, otherwise this is not, it's associated with negative commands. It's the soft, not, almost subjunctive, unlike ou, which is the more hard not. Un is post-positive, therefore, so it's a very common conjunction indicating what comes after it is based on what was written before. So, which is not to be like the Gentiles, therefore be like this in the following text. Geneste, very common genomai, and this is, of course, deponent. Deponents are dictionary forms where the verb is in the passive, and they are, however, translated in the active. Why they exist, we don't know. They're also in the Latin. I don't know that they are in any modern language. And I don't know if they were in any language beyond the two I just mentioned, but I just really don't know. So, genesthe, this is the passive second person plural form and in the present tense. So, do not become. Again, translated in the active. Sumotoki. Sumotoki is participant. You see the OI there is the nominative plural masculine. That sum there is with, so partakers with. Off-tone, as we've seen, that omega N for the word off-tos, he, she, it, is the dative plural. So do not become partakers with them, otherwise the Gentiles. Verse 8, iti, this is the imperfect form of imi. You were, second person plural. There is no other past tense form for imi besides imperfect. Gar, again, post-positive and a very common word for, meaning what follows, illuminates, describes the prior verse, basically. Pote, this is, again, a common word, and in the Bible and also in secular Greek, it means some indefinite past time, typically once in the past. Skotos, and this is darkness. Os ending is the, and it's a noun, and that os ending is a masculine nominative singular. So, for you were once darkness. Now, noon is indeclinable. Day, also indeclinable, very common conjunction, meaning additional information, can be translated but, mild contrast, and sometimes. So here we have, so far today, the three most common postpositive words, un, gar, and de. Phos, light, where we get the word photo. I believe the root word here is phot, so you add the s for the in the nominative form, and the t elites, giving you phos. In, that ever-present preposition, translated in, but remember in the Greek it means more than this. On, at, by means of, inside, on top of. Curio, of course, it takes the dative, the in, a preposition, being in place, so that omega at the end of curio for Lord indicates, in this case, masculine singular dative. Os always means as, almost a cognate. Take what you can get for simplicity. Techna, children. This is the word in the dictionary teknon. So child, general word for child. A is the neuter plural nominative. So the like in many cultures, children are not differentiated sexually yet. And so in terms of puberty, so they make them neuter, and as the case here. Photos, so here we have, again, the word for phos, phot being the root, I believe. OS ending does not, the T does not elite in this case, it's the genitive singular walk. So let's walk through this verb. There is a prefix, peri. No augment, pate is with the E, is the root. So you add then the ending, ete, that vowel connector is an E in this case, in the second person plural for the present tense. It also would be in the future, but there's no S connector, tense formative. So it's basically you walk, and by context, it's in the command form. So why is there EI? Remember, the root ends with the E, and then you're adding ETE, so you have EE, but it contracts. EE contracts to EI. This is very common, giving you the form in the verse. So you were once darkness, but now you are light. Into the Lord as children of light walk. And of course, the word walk is our way of life, particularly in the moral realm. It's used both in positive and negative, really equally in Scripture. Okay, great verses, and good for us to hear. We'll continue with Ephesians next time. Please join me then.